What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Post E3, it's all about the reactions for E3 2021. This is my final thoughts. What I figured I'd do for you guys is we're going to check out a whole big amount of announcements. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to give you my predictions of the end of how I felt this whole show went and kind of give you guys an overall feel of the event and all the conferences, all that fun jazz. So stick around. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. So over here, I got a nice little website, and we're going to start with the Rocksmith Plus announcement. Now, this was at the Ubisoft Forward conference, and I think it was like one of the second announcement. Now, we haven't seen the Rocksmith for about a decade now, but you can basically learn how to play guitar. It's a subscription. It's got a huge library of songs, and you can learn at your own pace. Definitely cool. It's not like Rock Band. It's not like Guitar Hero. If you actually want to learn the songs, you can with this game. I thought that was a cool little thing they showed. Definitely for somebody who's interested in losing and learning a musical instrument, that's definitely something to check out. So moving on from that, we have the Riders Republic release date announced, which I thought was pretty big because this game was kind of in a little bit of a development problem. It's been delayed a couple of times, and they didn't give a release date. I mean, the game does look cool. It will be coming out on September 2nd. Of course, you could always check out a gameplay. Definitely looks fun. Interested. I hope maybe there's a nice little demo or beta, so somebody who might not be as excited could try it out, really get their fingers into it and see what exactly it's all about. We also then had the Diablo 2 remastered announcement, which is coming out September 23rd. Very cool if you're a Diablo fan. Diablo 2 I know is one of the most popular. I actually was playing Diablo 4 for a little bit. I enjoyed that, and I'm really excited to actually jump in with a whole bunch of friends. I believe you can have up to 8 players on this game, which I think you get 7 of your closest friends and just go all in on Diablo, which I think is cool. You have the Babylon Fall story trailer that we saw. It was 2 years silent, but Square showed it off with new gameplay. Definitely cool. Coming to PS5 in addition to the PS4 and PC. Really excited for this game. But let's get into some really strong things from Ubisoft. I think that the Far Cry Season Pass announcement was huge. And what I mean by huge, I mean great, because you can play as all the villains. You have Vaas, you have Pagan Min, and of course you have the father. I think that's cool that you can actually play as Joseph Seed, of course, Vaas and Pagan Min, and you have each of them as their own little story. I think that's a cool thing that they're doing for the Season Pass. Everybody wants to play as the villain, so why not actually do it? Really making me look into getting the Gold Edition, which of course comes with the Season Pass. So I think this was a wonderful thing that Ubisoft did here, where we've seen a lot of Far Cry 6. People are excited to see Far Cry 6. Of course, we have the villain from Breaking Bad in it. So it's just culminating as the best villains on the planet. So I think that's very cool of a thing. Also, Xbox really killing it this year. I think Xbox, pound for pound, had the best conference. I mean, they had great announcement. 27 games were coming to the Xbox Game Pass. It's definitely time to jump on board. We're going to get more into why the Game Pass, I think, is just 100% worth it. But you have some great numbers from third parties. You have 12 minutes that's coming to Game Pass. I'm so excited for this game. So excited, guys. If you saw actually my reaction, I was going nuts. It's been a game that I've been waiting to get a release date. Finally happened. It's going to be day one on Xbox Game Pass. Definitely cool. Yakuza Like a Dragon was added during the show. I mean, just showing love to the Xbox Game Pass. You have the 2020 Game of the Year, Hades, coming to Xbox and PlayStation. I think this is huge. I mean, Switch owners have been able to play it. It's still on my Switch. I have yet to play it. I'm definitely excited to play it when I get to it, but it's cool that PlayStation and Xbox are getting a taste of it. It comes out August 13th, which I think is perfect. It's right before that fall craziness that comes out with all those releases. I think this is a great game. If you didn't play it last year, it's your opportunity, and it's going to be a great game. I think it's running for $24.99, which is just a great price for it. You get so much out of it. Great story, roguelike, absolutely worth a buy from what I've seen. Even with Microsoft, look at this Flight Simulator. I mean, I am super stoked for this game. It looks gorgeous. I mean, and you have that Top Gun expansion that they announced, which I think was huge. So you have this coming out on July 27th. And of course, a couple months later, they were saying that the Top Gun expansion is coming, of course, free with Xbox Game Pass. I mean, showing why Xbox is the way to play and where it's coming from. It's just incredible. I mean, you have Contraband, the Just Cause developers revealed their exclusive game for Xbox, open world. You know these guys are great at doing it. I mean, it's co-op, it's fun. Just Cause does great stuff. So I'm looking really forward to this game. Oh, but of course, we have Sea of Thieves getting that Pirates of the Caribbean crossover. This was huge. I think this was great. It was a free update expansion. Gave a nice lengthy campaign of it. Looks absolutely fantastic. Davy Jones, that Sea of Thieves vibe. Like I said to you guys before, I played this a number of years when it first came out. Awesome game. Awesome. You get with your friends. I already talked to some of my friends that I played. We're going to jump back into it because it's just so great. And this update is coming June 22nd, which as of recording this video is only 6 days away, which is cool, craziness. So if you can find an Xbox One, I mean, an Xbox Series X, excuse me, if you can find the Xbox Series X, good on you. But this is definitely making me want to find that Xbox Series X. We also have Ubisoft going back. Rainbow Six Extraction, formerly known as Quarantine, obviously renaming. But we saw a nice little gameplay of this. I mean, it does not look like Rainbow Six Siege. Siege is still having its own little thing. Still, after 6 years, just pound for pound, a great multiplayer and community over there. And you have this Extraction, which I mean is cool. 3-player. They showed a whole bunch of things. You have to go back in when one of your friends goes down. You didn't see much on that. But it's making me look forward to the next Ubisoft Forward, which you know they're going to deep dive more into this, get you excited. I thought this was a great way to kick off the conference for them. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Made me feel, oh my God, this is Rainbow Six Siege, but strategic, taking its time and taking down these craziness. Outer Worlds 2 announcements coming as an Xbox PC exclusive. So I thought this was huge. I mean, obviously it's a little bit of ways away. We don't even see what the character looks like, but for whoever played Outer Worlds, excuse me, again, it's been a long day. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but it looks absolutely fantastic. And if it's exclusive for Xbox, that's huge. And then you have what closed the show, which was Forza Horizon 5, which also was a great move by Xbox. You know, you had Halo in the middle. We'll get to Halo in just a little bit, but you have Forza Horizon 5. I mean, motorsports is more of that simulation when Forza Horizon has always been more that archaic type thing. It's coming out November 9th. You go to Mexico. You have this craziness, that most diverse Horizon ever. I mean, the game looks gorgeous. I mean, with the 4K, with all the lightning and rain and just the environments, absolutely gorgeous, guys. And that is why it, I believe, ended the conference to show this is the power of the Series X, and you need to get a Series X. And of course, on Game Pass day one. So why wouldn't you look into this? I mean, moving on, Borderlands, besides the movie, which is apparently from Randy Pitchford, halfway done, which looks cool, you have Tiny Tina's Wonderworld announcement trailer, which looks great. 4-player co-op game, just like right after Borderlands DLC. I saw it on the Dragon Keep. I mean, looks cool. Ashley Birch returns as the voice. You got Will Arnett, Andy Samberg, a lot of main actors in this. Definitely going to be a cool little thing to check out. And of course, if you like the Borderlands games, there's no reason why you shouldn't be excited for Tiny Tina. Redfall. Let's talk about this. Arcane Studios behind Dishonor and Prey, having their own little open world vampire shooter. And the nice thing is it supports up to 4-player co-op. I mean, and it's exclusive for the Xbox Series X, and it's coming out summer 2022. I think this is a great summer game. You saw the characters, you saw how creative and zany they were, and they each all have their own personalities. I mean, this just looks like a fun game. Like, just fun. Like, I want to play this today. Like, this game closed out the show. It was awesome that Xbox says, you know what, Arcane Studios, we love you. Show us what you got. And I mean, they delivered. It was a great trailer. I mean, it just looked absolutely fantastic. I mean, you have back at Ubisoft, Mario Rabbids, Spark of Hope. I mean, this was leaked earlier, but it just is the sequel to Kingdom Battle, and Kingdom Battle is great, and this game looks absolutely great. And can we say that when you watch the trailer, you see a little bit of Luigi with a bow and arrow? That gets right to the heart for me, because you know me, guys, I love some bow and arrow, and this game looks great. I believe it's coming out in 2022. I really think this would be an also summer game. I don't see this going to fall. I definitely see this game looks far enough along where we'll see it in the first half, without a doubt. I mean, but let's talk about what really sold it for me for Xbox and why I'm getting a Series X. Halo Infinite, multiplayer, Halo Infinite, single player. This is what I've been waiting for. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. They showed a campaign a little bit, not even gameplay, just a cinematic where you just are engrossed by saying, I want to know what happened. What happened to Cortana? If you've been following the campaign of the Halos, I want to know what happens. It looks absolutely amazing. And then not even that, the multiplayer. The multiplayer makes me want to go back and jump into Halo multiplayer. I remember playing Halo 2, Halo 3, and having that multiplayer. But now to see what 343 has done and the excitement and the just amount of reaction that people got. And it's free to play, which is craziness. I could just have an Xbox Gold and be able to play Halo Infinite multiplayer. I'm sold. I am sold, Xbox. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, you have now on the Nintendo side a little bit, Smash Brothers, new character, Kazuha Mishima from the Tekken series. I mean, if you guys didn't think I was going to geek out over that, you definitely have to check out the reaction video of me reacting to this absolutely out of left field. I didn't expect them to have a Tekken character. I didn't think that they would show that much love. I really did expect another anime sword fighter, but this looks absolutely amazing. He looks amazing. I mean, there's going to be more information on June 28th, which is interesting because the last time they said that they focused in on a Smash character, it was only a couple weeks until his release. I could also see this being a drop in that day. Hey, you're interested? He's coming out today. I mean, June 28th, I'm super excited for. Only 12 days away. I want to see what more he has to deliver. Looks great. I can't wait. I think this is going to be my main. Everybody knows I love Little Mac, but move aside because Tekken's coming to town for Smash Brothers, let me tell you. Avatar, closing out Ubisoft Forward. I mean, huge. Looks fantastic. Looks gorgeous. Can't wait. Scheduled for a 2022 release. And no PS4, Xbox One. It just is next gen, and it looks next gen. I cannot wait. What a great thing for Ubisoft to close out. Like I said, I think Ubisoft Forward really did a great job all in all with what they had. I mean, they had some great hits. They started with Rainbow Six. They ended with that big Avatar trailer. Like, Ubisoft Forward always doing work, and I see in the future with them just continuing to knock it out of the park. Like I said, you saw Spark of Hope. You saw the season pass. I mean, for just all the way through a great conference, definitely Ubisoft, I think, did a great job. And it also kicked off E3. If you guys remember, they went Saturday, so they really started before Xbox and Nintendo and Square, and all of them went. And I mean, speaking about Square, we have to mention Guardians of the Galaxy game. I mean, Square Enix press conference set it off, and it looked amazing. You got a 20-minute glimpse into this game. You play as Star-Lord. You can basically, you have music from Iron Maiden, Kiss, Wham, all that classic feel from a Guardians of the Galaxy game. Also feels completely different from the movies. I mean, you also had that great timing with the comedy. I think that this game is going to be huge, and it's coming out, I believe, in October 26th, which I think is great. I mean, the other thing I want to just mention is Avengers, also showing love to Avengers. I mean, it had a rocky start, but they definitely showed a little, hey, here's our game plan for the foreseeable future. We're not giving up on Avengers. We want to show you that this is where you should play. So to have Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers Marvel really get into that gaming sphere, and I think that Guardians of the Galaxy game could really be a step up and say, no. The thing that I'm a little upset about is, of course, you can't play as Gamora, Rocket, Groot, Drax. You can't, but you can use their abilities from using Star-Lord to use combos. Very cool. I think that Star-Lord will still be enough with all of his move sets. I definitely am excited for this. Already pre-ordered on my PlayStation 5, of course. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Now, I might get some hate on this. You got to remember, guys, they said that it's going for 2022 and that Breath of the Wild 2 is not officially the name. They got a name. They don't want to spoil anything, which I think is cool. I'm hoping this game comes out in 2022. They said they're aiming for it, but with everything with COVID, which we'll get into in just a minute, I think this game could slip into 2023, but I definitely feel like the Switch Pro rumors will be, of course, with Breath of the Wild 2. I think that's going to be a package deal, and that's why they're waiting to talk about the Switch Pro and say, hey, you want a Switch Pro? You want Breath of the Wild 2? Here it is in a combo pack. So I definitely see in the next little bit us getting more information on both of those things. But the trailer looked fantastic. I'm super excited. You can go in now in the sky. I mean, I'm already sold on Breath of the Wild. You just let me play this game. I just want to play this game. And also, Starfield release date. I mean, this is a big thing from the Xbox. It kicked off. I think it was very cool what Xbox did. I mean, Xbox basically put in the front, you have Starfield. Back half, you had that big announcement from Arcane. Like, just really Xbox Bethesda working as a unit, which I really appreciate. I knew that they would, and I think it just delivered at this E3 showing. I mean, it looks fantastic, and they're targeting a November 11, 2022 release date. I mean, absolutely insane. A lot of other things that I didn't mention. Nintendo, of course, we had the Metroid 2D game, which is their big fall game, which I think is not the best move for Nintendo, but what you guys also have to realize, and this is a little bit of thoughts on my end. Last year, when COVID happened, it was a shitty situation and it fucked over a lot of people. And it didn't hurt the games industry in the beginning because Resident Evil 8 and many other games, Returnal, was so far along that it really didn't upset the release window for those games. But you have to remember, a lot of these games were probably targeted for 2021, but because of COVID, they had to be pushed back. I mean, you have to understand that this is when it would affect the gaming world. I mean, 2022 is going to be absolutely insane for video games. And I mean, if you're not a fan by then, you're going to see some great games. I'm very happy that holiday 2021 Halo Infinite is trying. I'm a little bit suspicious that we didn't get a release date, but I feel like there will be a time and a place for Halo Infinite. I see definitely them going more in, maybe doing another little showcase of it. But I mean, the multiplayer will look great. All in all, I definitely think that Xbox, pound for pound, Xbox Bethesda had the best conference. I mean, their games showing off, the Xbox Game Pass, it's becoming the Netflix of games, the Game Pass. I mean, that's just obvious. I mean, just absolutely fantastic. Mario Party coming out for the Switch is cool. Nintendo's Direct, I mean, could have been, I feel, stronger, but you got to remember that because of COVID, a lot of things had to be pushed off. I thought this E3, though, for what it was a very decent one. You had some big, cool presentations. You had some great holy shit moments. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, like I said, looked great. You had Starfield. I wanted to make sure I got that right. Again, coming out, you had the Redfall from Arcane, like just top of the notch games coming out. And then, of course, Ubisoft showing off their goods. I mean, what a time it is to be a gamer. I mean, E3 2021 was great, and it just makes me look forward to the future of games. If you can get yourself a Series X or a PlayStation 5, God bless you. I've been on the search now for an Xbox Series X. You have no idea. I want to get Halo in my hands. I think by far Halo Infinite is my most anticipated game now of the fall. I mean, for Xbox, I hope Horizon Forbidden West, of course, one of my favorite games of the last decade, comes out. But for Xbox, I want to play an Xbox now. Sea of Thieves, that, 12 minutes, all these great games. I definitely think Xbox brought it for E3. And I think out of all of them, Xbox was definitely the clear-cut winner. I mean, shout out to Ubisoft, shout out to Nintendo, shout out to Square, everybody bringing their own games, showing off why it's a great time to be a gamer. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. So let me know in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to be a part of this crazy, crazy channel that I'm trying to build here, I would really much appreciate it. Talk about games, talk about all the big stuff. I'm going to definitely do some more reactions. I want to talk to you guys about Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I can't wait to get more into that game and talk to you more about it. So you can definitely check that out on the channel. And of course, for all the gaming stuff, just stay right here. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And have a fucking superfluous day. Because I made up that word. That's right. Google that shit. Thank you guys for watching.